Hi, welcome to today's episode recap of The Young and the Restless. The episode opens up with Tessa and Mariah going to the coffee house to meet with Christine. Christine arrives and said that she has good news. We move over to Jabot where we see Jack encourages Allie to follow in Ashley's footsteps. Allie then expresses her concerns to Jack about Audra, Noah's ex, being back in town. Jack tells his granddaughter Allie not to be insecure and not to worry about Audra. Noah loves her. Over at Noah's clubhouse, we see Audra shows up. Noah reminded her that he told her to stay away from him. Audra says she doesn't want to fight with Noah. Over at the Newman Ranch, we see Ashley, Nicky, and Phyllis meet up. Ashley told them that she told Jack about everything as it relates to Diane and Tucker. They all agree that they needed more evidence to convince Jack about Diane and Tucker having a connection. However, Phyllis does tell them that she has a hunch that Jack is in doubt of Diane. We go over to Society where we see Tucker runs into Victoria. Tucker invites her to have lunch. We go back to Jabot where we see Diane tries to show Jack photos of Summer and Kyle's honeymoon trip. Jack tells Diane that he is still in doubt of her and her intentions with their family. Diane automatically starts blaming Phyllis for these doubts that Jack now has. We go back to Noah's club where we see Audra tells Noah that her consulting project isn't going as planned. Noah then asks Audra why did she come to his club. She claims that she came there for the vibe. We go back to Society where we see Tucker tells Vic that he is back in town to convince Ashley to be with him. Tucker then tries to dig into Victoria's business acquisition for Newman. We move back over to the Newman Ranch where we see Nicky and Phyllis encourages Ashley to play with Tucker's feelings and get more information. Back at the coffee house, we see Christine tells Mariah and Tessa and Sharon that there is someone who's interested in giving their child up for adoption to Mariah and Tessa. Back at Jabot, Jack tells Diane it isn't all about Phyllis. Jack admits to Diane that he does not trust her and her intentions. Over back at Noah's club, we see Noah tells Audra that there are plenty of other places to go. Audra then asks Noah how long is he going to hate her. Noah tells her she brings too much chaos into his life, so he doesn't want her around. Over at Newman Ranch, we see Talia Morgan, the reporter, arrives. She tells Nicky and Phyllis she has new information, tells them that someone put a pause or pressure on her magazine to drop the article she was writing on Diane. Nicky and Phyllis automatically believes that person was Tucker. Back at Society, we see Vic asks Tucker what he thinks about Chancellor Winter's merger. Tucker avoids the question and tells Vic he doesn't have plans to buy any form of Newman Enterprises. He is currently living a simple life. Ashley walks in, Vic then leaves. Back over at the coffee house, Sharon thanks Christine for helping Mariah and Tessa. She and Christine begin to reflect on how Christine helped her and Nick to adopt Cassie back in the day. Ashley then tells Tucker she doesn't believe in his simple life. However, Ashley agrees to have lunch with him. Back at Jabot, we see Diane flips out on Jack for believing Phyllis. Jack tells her to leave his office because he has work at the moment, only to walk out of the office Diane sees Phyllis in laughter. Diane then tells Phyllis not to start with her. Phyllis is there sitting on a bench and gloating. She then tells Diane that Talia Morgan is back in town. Diane's face says it all. She is in shock and worried. Back at society, we see Tucker and Ashley reflect on their past relationship over lunch. Back at Noah's club, Noah tells Audra for the last time that he is not playing a foolish game with her. Audra says she misses him and she knows that Noah misses her too. Audra then tells Noah that they have unsolved feelings for each other. Allie stands from a distance and watches the two have a conversation. We go back to the coffee house where we see Mariah and Tessa thanks Christine and tells her that they are ready to start a family. Over back at Noah's club, Allie interrupts Audra and Noah's conversation. Audra then leaves. We move back to society where Ashley tells Tucker there is no chance of him getting close or seeing Dominic. She then leaves. Tucker gets a phone call and it's from Nicky. Nicky invites him over to the ranch. We go back to Jebo where we see Phyllis tells Diane that she has no life left in GC. All her dirt is coming out and it will eventually pile up on her. Diane then rushes back into Jack's office and she attempts to confess about her life in LA. However, is this really the truth that Diane is telling Jack?